Greetings from the Black Hills of South Dakota, also known as Paha Sapa, where the Lakota people come to pray for the state of the world. Stan Jabalisco here, Prime Elder of the Magnates of Malarkey, fearless leader of the Barons of Baloney, and Supreme Commander of the Sultans of Stupidity, at your service. Go to this website, the Magnates of Malarkey. Just type that into Google and it'll take you right here. My website. Hit About Me. Then you'll get to my main website, sciencewriter.net. Hit Research Sites. You'll get a bunch of research sites. What do you know? And go to NASA Solar Physics. You will find that, by the way, under Astronomy and Space Science header, NASA Solar Physics. This is particularly of interest to amateur radio operators, especially in regards to solar cycle prediction. Here's a bunch of data about the sun, sort of its vital statistics. You can find out how big it is, how hot it is, and a bunch of other stuff about it. The Sunspot cycle, updated January 2, 2014, talks about what the sunspot cycle is, what's happened over the years as regards to it. And it's of particular interest to amateur radio operators because during a sunspot cycle peak, during and near that time, which is just about right now, as you can see from this graph here, we're just about at a peak right now, but it's not anywhere near as great as the previous peak around the year 2001, thereabouts. It's roughly an 11-year cycle, but it varies a little bit irregular. Let's look at solar cycle prediction, see what it says. Well, here's that same graph again. You can read all about that and find out. Some astronomers think we're going to have another Maunder minimum. There was something called a Maunder minimum. And it's described under the sunspot cycle. From about 1645 to 1715, that was a little ways before amateur radio operators. There were very few sunspots seen. There's the Maunder minimum. Here's a graph that shows that in pretty good detail. And this is, now people were not around so much to look at sunspots in quite as much detail as they can today. Right around in the middle of the 1960s, just about when I first got my amateur radio license, we had just passed the highest peak on record. But you can see that maybe there are cycles superimposed on the cycles and things like that. Well, the sun is what governs our ionosphere. And the ionosphere is what makes amateur radio communication possible over long distances without an intervening infrastructure at the high frequencies, such as what you're hearing right now in the background on the 14 megahertz amateur band, largely courtesy of the ionosphere. Phase shift keyed signals coming in here in the evening of January 17th, 2014, at W1GV, Whiskey 1 Golf Victor, the Nerd Cave in the Black Hills of South Dakota. So, that's it from here. The Prime Elder of the Magnates of Malarkey will sign off and say 73. Visit that website to your heart's content and to your radio's delight. So long.